Look, I don't like saying this, I really don't, but we need to talk about Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, because this is just sad. Like, your childhood hero just got caught up lip syncing his own stunts, kind of sad. Tom Cruise, the king of risking life and limb for the perfect IMAX shot, is back, but this time, the whole thing just feels off. It's like watching your favorite athlete come out of retirement one last time and trip on the way to the field. So first things first, the title, The Final Reckoning, sounds epic, right? Like, this is going to be the franchise's endgame, a bombastic send-off, something that's going to blow our minds and make us sob into our popcorn. Instead, it's a 3-hour Bond cosplay that takes itself so seriously it forgets to be fun. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of this series. I was there when Ethan Hunt did that vault drop in the 90s. I stood up and clapped when he climbed the Burj Khalifa in Ghost Protocol, and I nearly fainted watching the Halo jump in Fallout. But The Final Reckoning feels like it's checking boxes from a checklist written by ChatGPT's more dramatic cousin. The plot? Oh boy. So the bad guy this time isn't a guy, it's a thing, a sentient AI called the Entity. And if you're thinking, wasn't that already a thing in part 1? Yes it was. But this time, they cranked the melodrama to 11. The Entity is basically a digital Thanos but with zero personality and way too much screen time as a vague, shapeless threat. And how do we stop it? By getting a literal key, like a USB, that opens a secret Russian submarine from Dead Reckoning Part 1. That's the MacGuffin, the Sevastopol, a cursed underwater vault of doom. Ethan Hunt has to dive, dodge, infiltrate, and punch his way through naval-grade encryption, apparently. Now let's talk about how this movie starts. Remember the cool flirty record shop intro in Rogue Nation? That was absolute fire. Remember Ethan walking up in Fallout like he was about to fight Freddy Krueger? Gold. This one? It's like a phishing scam sent by the Entity, lo-fi, ominous, and completely void of charm. I'm all for evolution in storytelling, but this ain't it, Chief. The movie is all shadows, whisper talks, and dead serious monologues about the end of all life on Earth. I swear, it's like every other line is the fate of the world, or this mission could end everything. Like bro, dial it down. You're not on UN climate summits. You're Tom Cruise with a parachute. Let's have a little fun, shall we? And let's talk team, because this is one of the few redeeming parts. The IMF crew is actually back and useful again. Benji, Luther, Grace. They've all got things to do in the climax. Everyone has a purpose. Fallout fans, rejoice. This is the family reunion we needed after the solo Ethan-centric slog of Dead Reckoning Part 1. The climax even brings back William Donlow, the poor CIA guy from the first film. Yeah, him. That's a deep cut. And honestly, Donlow is the best part of the movie. He's the only guy with some personality who didn't speak like he's auditioning for a eulogy. More of him, less of these dramatic sermons from Ethan and co. Our lives are the sum of our choices. Bro, chill. I came here to watch you run on top of a speeding train, not cry in slow motion. Okay, maybe I'm being too harsh. Let's give credit where it's due. The action? Still immaculate. That Sevastopol infiltration sequence is straight off nerve shredding. Tight spaces, zero visibility, high stakes. It's like Das Boot meets Inception. Christopher McQuarrie puts every one of those $400 million on screen, and then some. The biplane finale? Bonkers. Classic Cruise. That's what we're here for. The fights are more brutal this time too. You really feel like the IMF could lose. And in a world where action heroes never get a scratch, that's actually refreshing. So props for raising the stakes in that sense. But here is the thing. This movie tries so hard to be important, like capital E important. It's so obsessed with ending the franchise with emotional weight that it ends up feeling heavy in all the wrong ways. It's like if your friend threw you a goodbye party and then spent the whole time crying in the corner. Dude, we're trying to celebrate here. And what's with the fan service? Yes, I love nods to past films, but this isn't Easter eggs, it's full on Easter bunnies. We're dragging in random old characters, plot threads, flashbacks. It's like they dumped every deleted scene into one movie and called it a finale. Cool in theory, overkill in practice. Now let's talk Cruise. Tom Cruise is still giving it everything. Wing walking, check. Almost drowning, check. Staring intensely into the camera while the music swells, check, check, check. But here's the problem. He's no longer doing more. He's doing louder stunts, louder speeches, and then louder music. There is a fine line between iconic and overcooked, and the final reckoning jumps that line like Ethan Hunt jumping off a cliff. This man has been risking his life for our entertainment for almost 30 whopping years, and somehow we've landed on a finale that feels more like a funeral, and not in a good way. The saddest part about all this is that it didn't need to be this way. You could have made a smaller, leaner, smarter send-off. Something that said, Ethan Hunt, thanks for the memories. Instead, we got Ethan Hunt, the most powerful man alive versus the algorithm. And it's not like the box office presser wasn't real. This thing cost nearly $500 million. It has to make $1 billion just to break even. That's like Avatar level money. And with a May 23rd release and no real competition, they're hoping the holiday weekend can carry it. But the buzz? Mixed. Some critics love it, others say it's bloated. Audiences are real confused. Is this the last one? Is it part 2? Is Tom Cruise about to start skydiving into our living rooms? And then there is the tone. God, the tone. This movie is bleak, melodrama everywhere. You can't call a movie The Final Reckoning and then leave the ending open for more movies. That's not finality, that's clickbait. It's like the movie wants to have its cake and throw it into a black hole at the same time. It wants to end everything, but also maybe do a sequel, maybe a spin-off, maybe Mission Impossible Origins, Don Low Chronicles. Who knows anymore? The movie is allergic to closure. Here is my take, honest and unfiltered. I laughed, I groaned, I got a little emotional, but mostly I sat there thinking, damn, this franchise deserved better. It's not a bad movie, it's a confused one. It's a franchise juggling 1,000 ideas while also trying to bow out with grace. But you know what? Maybe that's the real mission here, to remind us that even the best franchise don't go out with a bang. They go out with a slow echoing monologue about saving the world one last time. And hey, if nothing else, we still got Cruise jumping off mountains like gravity owes him money. For that, we salute you. So yeah, Mission Impossible 8, kinda sad, kinda impressive, and kinda exhausting. A movie that tries to do everything and forgets to do what it's best at, letting us smile while the world explodes behind Tom Cruise. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. Did you enjoy it? Did you feel the same emotional whiplash? Are you still trying to figure out what the entity even was? Hit that like button and subscribe for more. I am out.